Started. Yeah, obviously disappointed in the result. I got a team that's obviously in pain in the locker room, and a team that fought and was gritty and did everything they could to pull out a road win against a tough opponent. And we're going to be disappointed in the result. We're going to stay committed to our process. This is a journey. Um, the season didn't end in Atlanta. It doesn't end here today. We're gonna get right back into it and get back to work in the bye week to get healthy, to learn from some of the mistakes that showed up again for us today, and keep working towards a cleaner game and a game that again where we come out on top and achieve the result we want. It's there for us. I believe in this team. I believe in the guys in that locker room. I'm proud of them for the way they fight. Now, there are things in terms of our execution, our focus, our discipline, that we have to clean up. When you look at this game, none of it resembles our strategy. They were able to run the ball effectively. They were able to chew up time of possession. They were able to win field position, and those are things that we want to. Those are margins we want to win, and it takes that for us to win again a tough game on the road against a tough opponent. But again, disappointing the result. Believe in my team, and I'm excited to continue on the journey and to go look for more.
Robbie, go ahead.
Hi, Clark. You mentioned the run defense. I just wanted to ask, what you saw there in terms of general breakdowns, if there were any themes.
Yeah, the to be honest with you, the one play, like when we were able to get them off schedule, um, we were able to build the stop. Um, the second drive, I felt like they were effective in getting the space they want for the stretch game to get going. Um, the one I want back is the long touchdown run, and some of the things that we're gonna see on film where it's first and 10, second and 6, or first and 10, second and 5. Those are going to be nuances around how we play at the point of attack, or the free hitter being in the right position. I think we battled through the first half, at the safety position, kind of rotating some guys through. And we have to play better at the safety position. But the long run was a pressure that we had one player out of position. And to defend the run against a good team, you got to build the run wall. To build the run wall, you got to have 11 guys on the same page. And so, I felt like outside of that one, there's going to be yards for them and plays for them. I felt like we got into a rhythm against the run too in the back half of the game, where we were able to build some stops there and force field goals. But we got to do a better job. And again, first and second down performance impact third down performance. We want to be better there too.
Joey?
Clark, obviously, you guys were in that game late, and that's a team that I think could probably be a playoff team. Is there any credence to that being a game that maybe shows you you're moving in the right direction as a whole?
I don't like that. I don't like that perspective, because we're gonna form our opinion around the standards we measure ourselves to. Missouri's a good football team. Eli does a great job. This is a tough environment, and we didn't do enough today to be 1 point better than them. We know we have a good team, and just like last week when we fell short, this week we battled hard. It's not good enough, and for us, we want to look at the standards we have as a program and reach towards those. And when we hit those standards, we're going to be celebrating this game in our locker room. And so understand the perspective. Just it's not how I choose to see this team. I believe in our team. I don't need a game against another opponent to know what we're capable of. But if we want to, again, achieve the things that we set out to achieve this season, we're going to need to clean up, and we're going to need to play closer to our standards. And I know we can do it.
Robbie?
Yeah, we've seen Brock make a whole bunch of big time kicks, but now he's 0 for 3 on clutch kicks. How do you get him back on track mentally, I suppose?
Just keep putting them out there. I mean, I think it's I thought the kick he hit before half was obviously awesome. He's got the leg. He's a young player, and he's a resilient player. So we'll keep putting him out there and giving him the opportunities. The team believes in him, and I think right now it's about encouraging him. And honestly, I would have loved to have seen that end with us in the end zone. So we're going to look at the ways leading up to that. I thought we did a nice job of getting back, in range after the tough OPI call. I mean, that was hard. But if you would have asked me in the moment, once Diego hit the scramble and got the first down, there was no way that I felt like we were leaving that field anywhere other than the end zone. And so came up short. Obviously Brock's going to be disappointed, but we're going to be there to support him and lift him up. And we'll keep giving him opportunities to give him a chance to prove himself.
Robbie, go ahead. Oh, sorry, Joey.
What was the game plan against Luther Burden, and just where do you feel that fell short at times?
Well, they were able to hit the out and up there, the double move in overtime. And I thought, on the whole, I mean, thought he was effective in the return game. I think that's an area that we need to be scrutinizing, our coverage units. We mishit a punt again tonight. We kicked the ball down the middle of the field on a line. There's too often that their kickoff return unit is able to bring the ball out. I felt like an early return, we out punted our coverage. So I thought he was effective in that respect. And obviously I want the out and up back in the overtime. But again, credit to them. You can't, there's going to be opportunities for them to find one-on-ones. They found it in that moment. We'll keep strengthening our performance, but he's a really good player. He's going to get his plays. But again, credit to them for finding the design there to get him open in the overtime.
Chris?
Yeah, Clark, I was going to ask specifically about that play. What happened to get him on one-on-one? Was that what went on there?
Well, you're in a situation where it's 1st and 10, and your choice is: are you clouding out there, or are you trying to make sure your box is secure and you're not letting them get in rhythm? They started in a reduced formation and they motioned him out, and so they got him into big space. I think when we look at the play, we're going to see a chance for us to drive through the man and cap the double move. Unfortunately, we were off body when we drove, and he was able to turn it up, and they executed. And again, it's I think if that's a third down snap, I'm going to be scrutinizing the call, just because he's a great player, and we need to make sure we know where he is. In that situation, they were able to create on 1st and 10, and again, I give them credit. So I haven't seen it on film yet, so we'll need to look at it and find ways where we can be better. But on the whole, I thought we stayed out of those situations throughout the night, and we made it a little harder than we have in the past in terms of getting the ball up and over top of us.
Arya, anything?
Yeah. Joseph McVay kind of got in there on that touchdown in the first quarter. What led to, your decision to have him play in this game for the first time, and what did you see from him there?
Well, Joe's fast. And Joe's a guy that has come in and been really impressive and handling himself as a young player. And he stayed committed to a process and positioned himself to help us win. Alex Bailey and Tim Beck did a nice job designing him into the plan, and when he got his opportunity, he seized it, and hopefully that leads to more from him. But we love his speed, and we love his attitude, and it was cool to see him. I believe in his first reception, to go up and over the top and get a touchdown. So hopefully more of that to come, but certainly happy for him in that moment.
Robbie?
It was kind of hard for me to tell. Like, was there a miscommunication between Junior and Diego on that, the OPI play, or was that intended to be a fade, just a bad throw, or what happened there?
I don't want to scrutinize the throw or anything like that. It was just a one-on-one shot. And so just like, again, we talk about, the one-on-one opportunities we have or they have, or that happen against us defensively, same thing. We're looking for a one-on-one because you can put that ball in a lot of different places. And so, that ball can be an up over the top win, it could be over the helmet, or it could be back shoulder. And look to me like he was trying to get back shoulder, and it looked to me like Junior just tripped up. And as he's tripping up, he tugged on the defender a little bit. But we'll have to look at the film to determine. I love the thought of isolating Junior and trying to get him a win. And we just got to continue to build that chemistry and hopefully be in better position next time.
And we'll wrap up with Chris.
Clark, felt like the best thing in your playbook today was just turn Diego loose and let him run. But how much do you have to balance that with just the beating he takes in a situation like that, especially with the front seven that's pretty physical?
Yeah, that's a good defense. I've kind of said this before. I mean, I can't, what Diego brings as a competitor is inspirational to our team. And again, when he's out there with the ball, you have a chance. It's one of those things where as they had a lead on us and it was kind of getting towards the end of the third, maybe the fourth, it's just like, telling the guys go on, get one more stop and get the ball back to the offense, knowing they're going to score. And sure enough, they were able to do that. To credit to him, he's got to play the game the way he knows to play the game. And we can design plays where the ball is out of his hand. I thought at times we had other guys on the field making plays, which was great to see. But when things break down on a third down, there's nothing we can do to tell him not to tuck it and find the yards he can. And he did that tonight and was effective that way. I believe we're going to look at it and say that we need to be more effective early in our process and be in rhythm, particularly in the passing game. But we're not going to slow him down. We're gonna ride with him and the style of play he has, and we're gonna get the other guys ready. And I'm glad he's on our team.
Thank you. We'll have a couple players here in just a moment.
Thanks, guys.
All right, guys, we'll get started with questions for Bryan Longwell. Robbie, you want to go ahead?
Yeah, Brian, I just wanted to ask about the run defense where Mizzou, kind of got out for some breakout runs. What did you think maybe could have been better, specifically on the run defense?
Say a lot of tackling. Say I saw a lot of missed tackles, a lot of running back breaking 1, 2, 3 tackles, and then keep going. So we got to get them down. We got to cap all the runs. Like we can't let them get that many yards after contact.
Joey?
Brian, obviously that's a tough one. Can you just kind of describe the feeling in the locker room and maybe the sense of hurt in there at this point?
It's a little bit of hurt, but I say it's more motivation. I say we're happy, not like happy, but we're excited to see where we can go from here and excited to see how far we could really take this. And we're just more motivated than ever. So I wouldn't say it's like sad. So not like that.
Anybody else? Arya, go ahead.
Yeah, Brian, kind of that overtime play that Missouri had, the one play touchdown to Burden. What did you see on that play?
Well, I was playing hook to the field and they were running mesh in the box and they isolated Luther Burden out there. A good play. I mean, because the whole box is basically dedicated to covering the mesh and they left them one-on-one.
Anything else? Thank you.
Thank y'all.
Thanks.
And then questions for Diego. Robbie, you want to lead us off again?
Hey Diego, I guess what's the mindset in the locker room after a game like that, as well as kind of moving forward?
People are pissed off that we lost, like they should be. But we're motivated to go play our next opponent. We got a bye week coming up, and then we got to prepare for Alabama. They're a good football team too, so just taking it day by day, and then leading up to the game, we got to be, we're an inch away. We're an inch away from coming over the hump. Last week we lost by single digits. This week we lost by single digits, and we just got to get over the hump.
Joey?
Diego, did you have any sort of message for the team in the locker room, or is there one that you'll deliver to them eventually?
Shoot, just keep going. We got to push the standard. We still have little things that are messing us up. But we got to push the standard, and we'll be better for it. I mean, these little games, not little games, but these big games, we lost by a small margin. So we just got to be better in the little things, and we'll be better off.
Robbie?
On the throw to Junior where that ended up in the OPI, was that like a miscommunication, or could you take me through what happened on that play?
Yeah, it was a it was RPO. I like my matchup. I like Junior Sherrill over anybody, and so I threw it, and just football happens, and we got backed up, and they thought it was offensive pass interference, but everyone else thinks different. But things happen, so we just got to play football.
Arya?
Yeah, you guys had a couple really good drives on offense today, and also a couple drives where you were going 3 and out. What was kind of the difference between some of the more successful and less successful offensive drives?
We didn't get behind the chains when we were successful. Those 3 and outs, we were 3rd and 15, 3rd and 20, 3rd and 12, and you can't win football games getting in 3rd and long. And so we got to be better on 1st and 2nd down so we could, do multiple things. And we also got it's my fault. I need to get better operation from the sideline, play call, get it out faster so I can make some checks that I see on the field. And, we just, with the loud crowd, playing away, it's hard to play road games in the SEC. So we just got to do the little things better, and then we'll be better off for it.
Joey?
What have you made of the offense's responsiveness to this point? Just kind of how you guys have handled adversity, specifically like in game like this when you guys go down at some point.
We've been down in, I think, every single game that we played. It's just keeping our head on straight and playing the next play. And so we just forget about the play before and just play the next play, and we'll be fine.
Anything else?